Yeah, hi, fellow friends. Yes, I'm back again, Kingsley. I think I went on a little break. I was dealing with some other issues, but I'm done with that. So I'm back so that we continue our education on poultry from the medication and vaccination continuation. I think we ended on I think that was the last one I did was on the 28th. The last time that was on from the fourth week. So and I think we talked about the fowl pox. We ended on the fowl pox vaccination. So please, those that have not watched, kindly go to my YouTube channel at CatViewGH and please kindly watch, subscribe, and like, share, comment, and anything that you want to ask me, I will answer you speedily. Thank you once again for watching. So today I'm continuing on the medication and vaccination, and I'm going to talk from the 29th day to the 49th day of the life of your birth. So this one, I think I've combined about 3 weeks together that I want to give you. So from the 29th day to the 34th day, this is what you give your birth. You give them what you call the considio start. You give them considio start from the 29th to the 34th day of your birth, the life of your birth. You administer the considio start for them. And I already told you, any medication that you give, please kindly read the inscription well before you administer to your birth. If you don't know or if you don't know anything, please kindly ask your vet on what to do. And also it depends on the number of beds that you have before you can mix the quantity of the medication that you are giving out. And most of the time medication to the although the instructions are there for you to follow. So from the 29th to the 34th day, you give your birth the considio start. So from the 35th to the 36th day, you give them your first dewormer. You deworm them from the 35th to the 36th day. That's the first deworming you have to give your birth to flush out any worm infestation or any other thing in their system. Because worms too can affect your birth, whereby they cannot feed well and it's going to affect them. So deworming is very important in poultry. So you need to deworm your birth. So that's from the 35th to the 36th day of the life of your birth. When you continue to do these things, it helps your birth to be stronger, healthy, and you will not incur mortality in your poultry house. So please kindly make sure you do your medication and vaccination as well. So as I said, so that's the first deworming stage. That's the 35th and the 36th day. But please kindly note this: so when you give your birth the deworm, you deworm them. It puts stress on the birds. So some may be a little bit dull, but don't be scared. It's because of the deworming. It puts stress on the birds as well. So some may be timid and they won't move like how you wanted. But please, but don't be scared. It's because of the deworming. It puts stress on them. And there are so many kinds of deworming too out there. So at every stage, you kindly ask your vet officer. This is advice I'll give you. You may not get me there at the presence, but when you every stage you can ask your vet what kind of medication should I give, like what type of deworming should I give the vet. So they will give you, they will tell you. But some of the stages, it's not all that deworming that when they get to the laying stage, it's not all that deworming that you may need, or some of the you need. There are some particular maybe some particular product that is not needed, type of ingredient that may not be needed at that time. So you ask questions. So as I said, to the 35th to the 36th day, you deworm your birds. Then from the 37th day to the 40th day, you give them what we call the considio start again. give them the considio start again. So after the considio start, that's from the 37 to the 40th day. So the 41st and the 42nd day, that will be in the 6th week. But a day before, that's the 41st day, you should give your best plain water. Because I told that there, because on the 6th week, that's the 42nd day, you need to give them the second Lasota vaccination. That's the Newcastle, the second one. So in that case, we need to give them plain water before the next day. I told you earlier. Those that have not watched my video, please kindly go and watch and listen to. Before you give or you vaccinate your birds, a day before, you need to give them plain water. And also, I talked about when giving them the vaccination, you need to, the water that you mix the vaccine with, you need to put the water, you fed the water a day before for the chlorine to settle down before you mix the vaccine. So please kindly note that one as well. So that's the 42nd day, that's the 6th week, you give them the second Newcastle vaccine, that's the Lasota. And from the 40, that's the Newcastle, you give them then the 43rd day to the 46th day, you give them the antibiotics. But in this case, you can give them the combination, because you give them the vaccine, stress, when you give them your best vaccine too, stress comes upon them. So you can give them the vitamin and maybe add the antibiotics later, or you can do the combination, antibiotics, vitamins together, so that it boosts their system back. Because when you give your best vaccine, it puts stress on them. So most of the time, we give them vitamin to ginger them, because some may be dull. And when you see those signs, don't be panic. It's part of the process. It makes them dull, stuff like that. So don't be panic. So as I said, so the 43 day to the 46 day, you give them the antibiotics combination with the vitamin, so to boost them. You can give them the raw antibiotics, but I prefer to give them antibiotics, vitamin, or the combination, which helps them to boost them quickly. And so from there, that's the 47th day to the 49th day, you give them plain water from the 47th, 48th, and the 49th day is where you give them your second deworming. That's the second deworming stage. That's the 7th week. When you give them the first one, that's the 5th week. That's the 35th to the 36th day. The second deworming, you do it on the 7th week. That's the 49th day of the birth. So kindly note that you give them the second deworming. It's very good, because when you do this, it helps to keep your birds healthy, that sicknesses and diseases don't come their way. So it's very important you know what this that I'm teaching you. And kindly note, after this stage, that's where medication, now you are going to go by the weeks. So this one, from the 7th week, that's where you give them the second deworming. So please kindly know this. In summary, I talked about the 29th to the 34th day, whereby you give them the considio start. So on the 35th to 36th, that's the 5th week, you give them your first deworming. So the 37th, 40 days, considio start. The 40th, 41st, 42nd, that's the 6th week, you give them your second Newcastle vaccination, that's the Lasota. Then the 34th to 46th, you give them the antibiotics. And the 47th, you give them plain water. Then 49th day, you give them your second deworming. And deworming is done for 2 days. But in the battery cage, I think you can do it just one, depending on the type of. Because most of the time, the deep litter system require more medication than the battery cage. Because the battery cage, they are being confined, whereby they don't get in touch with the pool, or the pool is more always, the waste is always separated from them. Their access is just the water and the feed, but they can't get by the deep litter because they are moving around, picking from the floor and stuff like that. So please, can you know this, and let's all adhere to them and to help us. As I said, the business is profitable, but you need to do due diligence and let your eye be on your bed so that you can get a good yield, good productivity, and you get a good return on your investment. Please kindly subscribe to my channel at CardViewGH. Kindly share. If you have any comment or any question, you can ask me and I'll answer you. Thank you for watching, and kindly share. I'll come up from the what to continue, I'll come up with the continuation from the 7th week, that's the 49th, and from the 50th day going, I will give you another formula, whereby that one we will not go by this trend again, but I'll give you how to do your medication so that it will help you to balance the cost of the day, so that will help you to achieve your good, or the what you expect, so that you won't get mortalities. Because when mortality comes, it affects you. But imagine feeding a bird from first day to some stage and they die, you've lost money. So when we adhere to the protocols, we adhere to the those hygiene and stuff like that, we are going to make more profit. Please kindly subscribe. As I said, CardViewGH, that's my YouTube channel, CardViewGH, and subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you, and bye bye. I'll come your way again. Bye.